Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Mujahed Kobbe.
And we're the Habibi Bros. Welcome to a very special episode of Habibi Power Hour. First of all, it's Leap Day, Jay.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Does that mean I gained like a year, or does it mean I gained only 1 day?
No, you gain an inch.
Thank God. So I'm
You're
one
at
and a
3.
half now.
You're 1.5 now.
I'm 1.5 now.
Habibis, we're very excited. We're gonna just get right into it because we don't want to make her wait.
No, not at all.
Should we make her wait?
No,
We can make her.
We're very excited. Look, I understand we prematurely ejaculate over and over again sometimes, but I think we held it
I
in
love
pretty
how
well.
you just went right for it because I'm pretty sure she's already gonna bounce.
Wouldn't be the first one.
Wouldn't be the first one. So Habibis are very pleased and honored to have Chaya Raichik of Libs of TikTok, the Libs of TikTok creator, join us. Thank you so much for joining us, Habibi. Appreciate it. First of all, tell everyone who you are and what you do, because nobody knows. I don't think anybody's heard of Libs of TikTok before.
No, not at all. And also, can I just say, I will lash him 30 times for getting your name wrong. We were talking about this earlier. It's Chaya. Chaya.
It's okay. It's okay. He's good. Don't worry.
Okay, 15.
Should all our followers on us.
What? I'm gonna dox you on Twitter now. I'm gonna reach out to your employer and make you lose your job.
Oh wow! Just taking a
which
play
is really
out of-
tough because I work for Rumble.
You wouldn't be the first one to try and get him fired.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Emerald Robinson.
Emerald Robertson.
Because she got on the list.
Well, I don't think it's because she got on the list.
It was because she got on the list.
I think it's because you're Muslim. She was on a crusade, like a personal crusade against you. I was joining her. I tried to get him fired too, but
it didn't work. Anyways, Chaya, back to you. How did this whole thing start with Libs of TikTok?
How did it start?
Well, I kind of know how it started because you know Taylor Lorenz pressed you pretty hard.
Yeah, what we really want to know is like what led up to the Taylor Lorenz, because you guys were like spatting from time to time, and then it was really shocking to see like actually you have an interview with her. So what was the lead up to that?
I mean, if we're being honest, I think it was bound to happen. Like I had to meet with her, you know, and it probably won't be the last time.
Okay. And overall, the impression from it, I mean,
she's legit a psycho. Like, we make fun of her online, and she says the most insane things, and like we make so much fun of her. But in person, she's totally unhinged.
But so that meets your expectation, though, of what you thought, right?
Oh yeah. No, it's even worse. Like you just let her talk, and she says the most insane things. I was like, I'm going to Miami. She's like, yeah, I left Miami, but like it's not going to be here soon. I was like,
she thinks it's going to be underwater
because there's bad weather. I was like, what?
Why would Ron DeSantis do this?
I can't believe he can. Wait, Ron DeSantis is Jewish? He controls the hurricanes?
Can you confirm, Chaya? We would love to know.
That is insane, but it's also it goes to show like what we think of somebody like Taylor Lorenz, where her biases can lie. If she honestly believes that Miami is going to be underwater soon,
I mean, inshallah.
God,
I mean, say what
do you have against Miami?
Oh, nothing against Miami. You know, it's not as cool it's not as cool as where we are.
Right.
The Gulf Coast.
But
we're on the other side of Florida.
I just moved here like a few months ago. I still need to go to Miami. I hear the Cuban sandwich.
Oh my God, this guy with the Cuban sandwiches.
And I need to try it.
They are mid.
Have you been?
Had it.
How many times did you go to Florida?
There's a reason. Well, also because she's Jewish.
Oh, right. You know, eat pork. I'm Muslim. There is.
Jay, you are not Muslim. You are atheist.
Wait, hold on.
You were raised Muslim.
I don't know if they have the same thing in Judaism.
What?
That if it smells amazing, you can actually eat it.
I'm gonna have to ask my rabbi and get back to you on that.
Yes, please get back to us on that. So, there was a lot of critiques about your performance during that interview with Taylor Lorenz. Was there anything that you wish you could redo? Because I feel like there are some moments where like I felt like you had her, and then like I felt like you kind of left her off the hook. What do you think?
So, yeah, Taylor is a very skilled journalist. I mean, I think that we can all agree on that. And she knows what she's doing. She's been doing this for decades. So,
Which is crazy because she looks like she's 25, but she's actually 67?
I heard 69.
69. That's
Yeah.
69. Yeah, it sounds right.
so
And her birthday is April 20th.
April
1969. That would be very
exactly.
I don't think we should be allowed to slander her if she actually was born for 2069.
For 2060, that would be a
I think that would it's like a get out of jail free card from being critiqued.
Right. And also I think her wearing the mask was an advantage against you as well. Especially if you see her facial expressions or anything. And every time she was talking, honestly, it was like the Valley girls that you hear in California, because I was living in California for like 10 years, and it's like nails on a chalkboard. One of the worst type of accents you can ever hear. It was so hard for me to sit through that interview because of the way she was speaking and the way she would like cut you off and be like, well, I don't know about that, but what do you think about this? I mean, when you guys got into it with the bomb threats and the violent threats, what was going through your mind when she was saying that death threats aren't violent threats, like bomb threats?
Yeah, it's like she's like, death threats are not a big deal, and I'm just like, what? Like, because she said that because she knows that after she reports on me, I get death threats, and then if they're gonna link me to bomb threats, I can link her to death threats. So she was trying to get out of it like preemptively, but I think like most of the people who are critiquing me would never go do an adversarial interview like that because they're too scared. So I think that it was very brave. But yeah, there were a few moments, like I know on like the trans stuff, I didn't articulate myself as good as I wanted to, but she's been doing this for so many years. Like it's designed. She asks questions designed to confuse you, obviously, and to get you. What?
You're saying it's by design. It's all by design. All of it.
It is. It's all by design. I know you can see them try to twist things and talk about things like when she was talking about the gender affirmation care on how like nose jobs.
Oh yeah.
Same kind of gender affirmation
or breast augmentation.
As a 13-year-old being on testosterone blockers and going through puberty blocking and all of that.
No, even worse, like a 15-year-old getting their boobs chopped off because she thinks she's trans. She like Taylor saying that's the same thing as getting a nose job. I mean, completely insane. So I definitely got her on that. The porn books obviously was the highlight. I like
the
creamed
fact
her on that.
That she's never seen that famous picture from Gender Queer
about the oral sex part.
At least she was acting like that was the first time she's ever seen that.
Maybe she Mandela affected that.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, it's like, what? I didn't think that was in it.
I showed this guy one TikTok meme on Mandela effect, and now everything is a Mandela effect.
Everything is Mandela effect. Are you familiar with the Mandela effect, Chaya?
No.
Mandela effect. Jay, explain it.
Okay, so the Mandela effect is the reason why it's called Mandela effect is because a lot of people thought that Mandela died in prison.
Nelson Mandela.
He never died in prison. And another one is like, for example, the Monopoly Man. A lot of people think that he had the monocle. He's never had the monocle.
Or the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia. Like there was never a cornucopia in the logo. It was basically like retconning the past.
Right.
Like history revisionism. 1619 project type shit.
Yeah, no, exactly right. But it's like with our own mental.
So
I think it's like parallel universes.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, that's what I think is happening. Like some of us who think they had the monocle come from a different universe.
So how does it feel to be a convicted murderer? of specifically everyone within the LGBTQ community. Every death is on all the blood is on your hands. How does that feel?
It's so nice that they let me join live streams from prison.
By the way, you being a stochastic terrorist, I feel that's cultural appropriation, and I'd like to get to the bottom of this. How is it possible that you shot up through the power rankings of being like the #1 terrorist, and Jay and I are sitting down here in like the bottom, bottom
I don't want to
5?
give away all my secrets, but I could give you guys some tips after backstage.
I like to hear it.
I'm going to be writing them
Do we
down.
got post more videos? Because Jay and I, we have a ton of videos of each other. Is that considered terrorism enough?
Oh man, honestly, if we just post our message thread, that would be considered terrible. I mean, I even moved to the place where they trained our heroes.
That's right.
Before 9/11,
Sarasota.
Yes. And
Wow.
still nothing. And I still
Nothing.
get nothing.
Yeah.
When I went to Israel, and I actually sat in the rocket launcher that Hamas used. I have a picture of it. I never posted it. So I have experience being a terrorist.
That is.
Wait,
do you have experience using Kasummak while you're in Israel?
No.
We had the
Ask a Jew.
We had the hosts of Ask a Jew, Yael and Chaya.
Yeah.
I didn't mess up her name.
Oh, just mine you mess up.
Your name. I just had to do it. You're the first Chaya I ever met, so or interacted with. So it took a while.
And the fourth Jew.
And the fourth Jew. Exactly.
So you're keeping like a list of Jews.
Yeah, we're keeping a list. So like they told us that the term you know me,
Okay.
keeping list. So the term Kasummak, what do they call? What is that in
So
Hebrew?
it's an Arabic word.
Oh right, but what do they
Yes.
use it
So
in context of?
In
Israel.
No, Israel. Oh, it's just another like hummus. They cultural appropriated the
That's true.
curse word, and what it literally translates to is your mother's pussy, and it's like one of the worst insults you can say to another Arab. So next time you're over in Israel, just start saying it to everybody. When they're like, "Oh, Hayale, your Starbucks is ready." Kasummak, I'm here.
Why did,
all
you
that
go,
kind of
hold on,
stuff.
why did you go for Starbucks? That was
They don't even have a Starbucks in Israel.
There's not?
a
I
single
thought you were
Starbucks
Jewish.
location in Israel.
what everybody thinks.
Right, because there's
know.
Starbucks everywhere.
Every time Israel is in the news, people boycott Starbucks.
It's the funniest thing.
Always
They don't
that.
have a single location there.
Oh man, just like the failed suicide bombings of yesteryear.
Yeah. So back to your terrorist origins here. You've already shared a lot of your thoughts about this non-binary student, and somehow the narrative did not. Well, the narrative has already been put out there.
Well, the first thing though,
but all the facts are not lining up.
Well, once it came out that she didn't die from the injuries or whatever from being bullied, did anyone redact or change the story or reach out to you?
Yeah.
Reach out to you or anything like that? About
Not a single person. No, we sent out a couple of retraction letters. I'll update if anything happens with those.
They were emailing you when this first happened, framing the story like it's your fault and everything.
Like you
caused, and they never emailed you again afterwards.
And that was specifically
no. Well, they're just denying the results. Like they're like, oh, now we need individual investigations. We don't believe the medical examiner. We don't believe the police. We don't believe the school. I'm like, shouldn't you be relieved that non-binary kids aren't being beat up at school to death? Like, no, they want non-binary kids to be beat to death. Like they're upset that she wasn't. So it's like it's so bizarre.
Well, they got upset at their parents for not using the proper pronouns.
They bully these grieving parents the day their daughter died to issue an apology. These people are just evil.
They really are.
Speaking of evil,
and I have to say, yeah, my mom, she.
She just bounced. We thought that was the perfect time for you to bounce.
I just disconnected for a second. My Wi-Fi probably.
You're good.
No, you're good. No, my mom's watching right now, and honestly, you're one of a big proponent on the reason why she's no longer like a real leftist. Like she was like deep into like MSNBC. Rachel Maddow's my favorite type of anchor and all that kind of stuff. But the two things that really started to get her back over here was abortion and gender.
The gender
identity
ideology
stuff.
in,
Yes.
in schools. Yeah.
And nobody knows like all of that kind of stuff is actually happening. So like you being able to just find these insane fucking people who openly post about being insane in people's classrooms have really opened eyes to a lot of people. And I'm not thinking that it's just my mother who's like that as well. I think there's a lot of people who are like far left.
I mean,
who are seeing some of this stuff.
My parents, they're definitely hardcore libs. Like the one thing that they like do not jive with is basically everything you're covering on, like, you know, the indoctrination,
all the gender stuff. Yeah,
the indoctrination of children in schools. Like, I think remember when the "Don't Say Gay" bill? Well, it was literally the parents' rights in education law that was passed in Florida. They dubbed it "Don't Say Gay." I think that's around the same time, Chaya, that you and I started interacting. My dad, like, basically the last time, you know, when I saw him around that time, he's like, did you know, like, this is not actually a "Don't Say Gay" bill. It's actually just telling, you know, basically just removing sex education from schools, kindergarten to third grade. He's like, who are you against that?
Exactly. And it's third grade. I mean, when he was talking to you as well, like just to go back to the Taylor Lorenz thing about public education. And talking about, you've never seen like sexual intercourse before in public education and sex ed. And it's like, yeah, sex ed is, you know, like at the end of middle school. It's not in
I got like sixth grade.
It's not, and they don't talk about gay sex. They don't talk about oral sex. They don't talk about any of this.
They literally just talk about how to
sex. How to procreate. That's it.
Yeah, literally reproductive.
Well, like I actually told her that like I actually want to just remove sex ed completely, and it has to be like rebuilt. Like, I mean, after seeing everything for the past 2 years, I don't know how anyone could not agree with that. Like,
I mean, no, it's actually, you brought up a good point there, because you simply said you can't trust the people who are currently in charge to confidently teach our youth about this stuff, just because
I mean, look what they did with it. Just look what they did with it.
Right. And also when she was talking about how sexual like the sex ed teachers should be the ones who dictate what's in the class and stuff. And it's like, these people are not educated enough. They're not trained enough. Not one of these teachers or sex ed educators have certifications or doctorates or anything like that in psychology whatsoever. None of these teachers do to have
actually be
the authority to say that they can lie to parents about, you know, their gender, lie to their parents about what they talk about in classrooms. Like they don't have any of this stuff.
Although I would say before
like, purge the whole education system.
Just purge the whole the entire public education system should just be eradicated, and then we have to rebuild it from scratch.
All right, so what's the Chaya Raichik utopia? What does that look like?
Like for America?
That's a deep question.
Deep. Yeah, that is like she's like for America. But more specific,
like me personally, or like what would I love this country to look like?
however you want to interpret that.
Well, I could tell you, I mean, for me, like personally, having a family is like #1 priority. So, you know, when that happens, like if I have to like give up Lives of TikTok, like I'll shut it down tonight. You know, if it meant having a family. So that is like always #1 priority.
Great.
But I mean, for America, a utopia. First of all, abolish the Department of Education, shut down every single public school, shut down the FBI, throw Joe Biden in prison with his son Hunter. What else?
These aren't too bad.
It's not bad. No, these are pretty good.
No. I'm very team. I told you backstage before that I'm very pure. So not to poison me.
try to corrupt you just a little bit
and
more.
never...
Do we want to get into it now before we get to?
Yes.
Or should we
get to our?
Hold on. Should we do the Habibi questions first?
Yeah, let's do
the Habibi questions first. So we got from our community. Some of the most pressing questions. The first one is, what is the most unhinged threat you've ever received?
Someone once told me that they want me. It was very specific. I should be raped in a shipping container on a boat by a Nazi. Yeah, that's something like that. It was like very specific, like a lot of details.
They probably were jerking off while they were writing that.
Don't poison Chaya's mind here, okay?
Oh, I apologize.
Because I never heard that.
No,
I am so sorry.
Just because she does this stuff for a living doesn't mean she wants to take that work home with her.
No, I totally understand. I'm sorry. I come from like a conservative Muslim background, and in mosques and stuff, they serve bacon. We talk about sex ed, like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I apologize. So when I think like conservative Muslim and Christian, we're about the same.
She's Jewish, right?
Oh, sorry.
Jay, what is this? That's probably the most anti-Semitic thing you've ever said.
I'm gonna report you.
She's gonna expose.
Yeah, I'm gonna expose you.
All right, what's our next question?
The ADL is gonna come for you now.
It's gonna happen.
Inshallah.
I love that hate.
Oh, that's part of my utopia. The ADL is shut down.
Really?
Let's go. Jew on Jew hate. I like it.
When did you think the ADL fell off, or were they never on?
Very good question. I don't know if we have time for it now, but there's part of it that they were never on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We got any more questions, Spencer and Ben? Or are you guys just sitting on your ass again? Sitting on their hands. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got another one. What is the hardest part of running a very large and well-known social media account?
Probably like the responsibility. Like I have to think through every single tweet many times and make sure, it's like, because everything I post right away within 10 seconds, it's like thousands of people saw it already. And it's just, it's a very big responsibility that I don't take lightly at all.
Like Spider-Man. Great power comes great responsibility.
Spider-Man rescuing kids from drag queen shows.
Perfect.
I can see it.
Maybe I'm Spider-Woman.
I'm so sorry, Spider-Woman.
Spider
You misgendered me.
Spider them.
Me too. Oh God, Media Matters is gonna go. That's the one they're gonna click.
Inshallah.
Oh God.
Did you see that Twitter or X is like bringing back their misgendering rules?
I did see that.
Yes, we saw that.
So
yeah.
And what's really hilarious is that they're doing it on an election year. Because who are the main people who are going to be getting banned or getting suspended over misgendering?
So I think it was just like you're gonna have your tweet you're gonna lose visibility and be shadow banned. I don't know if you're gonna get suspended for misgendering.
Okay, but still, like
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it starts with a shadow ban, then it ends with a suspension. Like, the fact that this is even being brought back is a problem.
Yeah. Chaya, do you know about Jay's propensity to get banned and then come back with a new account? This is his 14th account.
It's kind of like Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. But when was the last time you were banned?
Hotter and bald.
And an alcoholic.
Twitter.
I'm not
a sex addict.
Jesus turned. Well, hold on. Wait 1 second. Jesus turned water into wine, and one of his companion was a whore.
Jay, I'm not a whore.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, fine.
Anyways, next question.
Do we have any other questions?
We do.
We definitely have more questions from the Habibis.
We do.
All right. Next one is, what's the best and worst moment since everyone learned your name and what you look like?
Best moment. Maybe it was like having dinner with Trump.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Honestly, wearing a t-shirt of Tay-Tay crying might be in like the top 3 of best moments of all time of my career.
Yeah, there's a part of me that thought that like you were just, I know that you probably organized to have that interview at a certain date and time, but part of me wants to think that you guys just somehow ran into each other on the street and you were just wearing that t-shirt.
Yeah, because it's like my favorite shirt. I just wear it all the time. It goes with so much of my outfits.
Just like every single shirt in your closet is a picture of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
It's like Mean Girl locker room. That's what it is. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
And it's got like targets and
Was there
spitballs on
was
it.
there was there a low point of all that? I mean, I'm sure that getting doxxed wasn't fun.
I think it was probably like when it first happened.
Yeah.
You probably were terrified.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was like it was very scary. No, it was not fun at all. But I don't know. You know, I don't know if that at this point, I don't know if that was the low point. I have to, you know, nothing specific comes to mind.
Which is
But I have to think about it.
No, that is good. That's a good sign.
Thankfully,
for sure.
Nothing too
Well, there's definitely low like days and times, you know. It would be it would be crazy if I said, you know, it never,
It's also Candy Roses.
you know, everything's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing like specific that like stuck out besides getting dogs, obviously.
Yeah.
right.
And we're coming up on time here.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had any other questions.
Oh yeah.
Is Habibi Power Hour the gayest show you've ever been on?
Let me think.
And would that make you an ally of the LGBTQ community? The answer is yes. You have to hesitate. We obviously know the answer is yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
I'm
Jay,
wondering if Tay might be gay.
Of who?
do you think so? Do you think that's why she's obsessed with you?
Oh,
Maybe.
Taylor
Yeah.
Is gay.
is gay. Taylor Lorenz could be. I mean, maybe she likes to pretend she's queer. I don't know.
Hey,
That's what a lot of people like to push for.
Maybe that's why she's so passionate about this, and,
Maybe.
and specifically obsessed with you, with what Taylor's obsessed with.
That honestly, like, it's looking like that.
Oh,
she's got.
That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. Are you planning on reciprocating?
I don't know how to break the news, but I'm straight. Yeah.
Wait, this is a gay program.
They always like to accuse me of like being gay or trans or whatever, as if it's like an insult. And I'm like, wait, aren't you guys all like for this? Like, why would that be bad?
Actually, yeah.
Right. It's so hilarious.
Yeah.
They do these side by sides with some random picture with your face on it, saying that you're trans.
You're trans.
Aren't you feel insulted and embarrassed?
And I'm like, you guys kind of sound transphobic. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, just turn it around on them.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
good.
we have one more thing, and this would be obviously the thing that we end on here.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready for it, Chaya? Now you can choose not to answer at all, but we're gonna ask it anyways. I told you we were.
Okay, if I don't want to answer, then I'll just leave. And it was great to speak with you guys, and thanks for having me on.
Okay, and before I ask you this, all of my colleagues and friends, Jenna, Nick, they all like wanted to shout you out. They love your work and all that good stuff.
No, they think you're terrible, especially Jenna.
Oh, that too. And okay, fuck, marry, kill. Dylan Mulvaney, Rachel Levine, Caitlyn Jenner.
Wait, what's the question?
I thought the entire time you were pressing exit. You know, or just
It was fuck, marry, kill. Dylan Mulvaney, Rachel Levine, or Caitlyn Jenner.
That was Chaya Raichik, father who lives at TikTok. Thank you so much for joining us. What a great sport. Yeah.
Hopefully I didn't go too far off on because I know
I think you're
with Chaya Leah too. Like she was so red on the other.
Yeah, but that's just because she had a bunch of wine.
Yeah, she's an alcoholic, but not this. Not this highlight of Lives of TikTok. This was a great one.
Yes. So
we have Faye BB coming in saying, "Kill myself." After that fuck Mary kill.
honestly, I get it. I respect it.
And then also we have to. There's a special announcement coming in right now that I do have to present. So this is from one of the Habibis and followers, Louis Villagun, and he's actually coming out with a new book.
Oh yeah,
and it's entitled. Here, guys, I'm pretty excited. I got my first major commission for artwork, and the author approved me releasing it publicly. Congratulations to Aslikin on his upcoming biography, Butt Fucking and Meth, My Life with Siraj Hashmi, Ahmed El Aslikin, forwarded by Damien Toll.
Honestly, who wouldn't read that?
And honestly, it has some absolute bangers in here. Absolutely. My favorite part is how we've been talking about going on a diet for the last 3 months, and we still haven't done it yet.
We haven't done shit.
We were supposed to do it tomorrow, but luckily that's not going to happen.
No,
because I'm going to go to Tampa and I'm going to get the best. I'm going to find the best bakery in Tampa and bring just the best bakery stuff that I can find, from cheesecakes to croissants to anything and everything. And then I'm going to recreate every single one of them that I bring.
Jay, while you're at it, can you go pick up us some non-shitty coffee?
Well, I hate shitty coffee.
I know you do.
And luckily, we actually have a very special product that we're proud to be partnered up with. 1775 Coffee. They partnered up with Rumble.
That's right.
They are a Bolivia-based bean that gets picked from Bolivia, comes to Florida to get roasted, and then it goes straight to your doorstep. You can actually submit for a monthly subscription to it. And the reason why this is a very important partnership as well is because Rumble and 1775 are fighting for
free speech
and the First Amendment.
Sorry, I just realized I didn't have my light on the entire time.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice.
Just because I'm so white.
Right.
Like so, my coffee.
Like, honestly, oh my God. Oh my God. This guy in cream in coffee is absolutely fucking nuts. Like, I'm over here. We have to go and get cream every like 4 days.
Right.
And we buy like 6 fucking full creams.
Yeah.
And every 4 days we have to go and get it because he pours a cup of coffee and then uses half a carton of full cream in 1 cup of fucking coffee. I swear, I would say I swear to Allah or whatever.
I feel like that's like something you have to, record on video of me doing and post
for people to
actually understand. Yeah.
Yes, but
I did it with 1775 coffee dark roast.
Yes, it's our
perfect.
favorite.
It's actually that you could actually drink it black, like my men, and still tastes amazing.
It really does, and I actually used it for tiramisu. I mean,
that's
the
right.
Tiramisu was so good, your wife was about to leave you. I'm not even kidding about that.
That's yeah. Well, she did leave me, but she also thought about leaving me then too. But yeah, anyways, if you go ahead and pick up, if you actually use the promo code Coffee Bros when you go to 1775 Coffee, you can get 10% off at checkout on your first order. Or if you sign up, Jay, and you get like a whole subscription, you can actually get, you can sign up, I think it's for 70 cents per cup of coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, which is basically saying 69 cents.
Right.
Which is very nice.
Right. And here's the website right here. It's
actually in the description.
Coffee, and stop. I mean, it's amazing coffee. Stop drinking woke coffee. They have specifically partnered up with Rumble because they wanted to make sure Rumble would be able to have products that they can sell directly to the viewerships and not have to be sellouts to any other corporation.
No middleman
that's out there. There's no middleman here. It goes
except
straight.
We're the
straight
middleman.
from here, straight to your doorstep, and it's a great thing that Rumble is doing.
Yeah, So yeah, go for, again, 1775coffee.com/Coffee Bros and use the promo code Coffee Bros for 10% off at checkout. That's 1775 coffee, brewed to perfection, crafted with revolution. Boom.
Free speech, baby.
Free speech, baby.
Free
Okay,
speech.
back to free speech, and we hope Media Matters is still tuning in or watching this, because we are about to go off the handle. Jay, speaking of roasted coffee, there are pro-Palestinian protesters out here roasting themselves by literally lighting themselves on fire. Aaron Bushnell this past week. Aaron. Now, people are, we're not going to obviously show you the video because, well, you probably already saw it for one.
Oh yeah,
And two, this is a children's, this is a family program, right, Jay?
Absolutely fucking not. If you have your child watching this show, we will bring child services.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
like
child services.
That is
on the
absolutely fucking not, because I will speak and say fucking things I want to fucking say.
That is true.
And
this is all free speech. It's all free speech. Yeah. You know, there are people who get on this in the comments being like, why are you swearing? You know, you shouldn't be swearing. Don't swear. My virgin ears can't handle it.
I'm a new Christian. Please don't do it. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, seriously.
So this Aaron guy,
lights himself
on fire, and
dies.
Well, yeah, he dies. Complications in the hospital.
It'd be funny if he like survived.
Oh, dude, that would be fucking
because
hilarious.
we would make nonstop fun of him.
Absolutely, I would go to his hospital bed.
I don't know. I feel like everything we've done this week was sort of make fun of him, but like it's like a darker humor because he's dead
and also charred.
Rest in power, Aaron Bushnell.
Rest in power.
Which, by the way, I did not know that is only reserved for black people. Some black people were really pissed off about that, but they didn't realize Aaron Bushnell is black now.
Listen, these people in Paris
or black
can go fuck themselves.
What a quotable. Anyways, Cornel West was out here. You know Dr. Cornel West?
The guy who was running for president?
Yeah. Wait, is he still running for president?
I don't think he is anymore, but he's like that weird guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the stereotypical weird black guy with long hair who likes fight
like
the power.
He's like the stereotypical like black scholar, like
fight the power.
He like it's all at this point it's become
white
like a
people
stereotype.
And Jews are awful.
Anyways, he tweeted out, "Let us never forget the extraordinary courage and commitment of brother Aaron Bushnell, who died for the truth and justice.
Brother Aaron.
I pray for his precious loved ones. Let us rededicate ourselves to genuine solidarity with Palestinians undergoing genocidal attacks in real time." I'm sorry, are we encouraging people to light themselves on fire to free Palestine? Because if that is the precedent that we're setting, then anyone who doesn't set themselves on fire for Palestine doesn't have their heart in it.
Right. I think they all should follow in Aaron's footsteps.
It only makes sense.
Absolutely. I can't believe we are glorifying fucking suicide. Like, I mean, I am sorry. The only time we can glorify suicide is when I'm out on vacation visiting my uncles in Hamas. Then we glorify suicide.
Oh, I was just gonna say when we're hijacking airplanes, which by the way they're also doing. Was it who was that one?
Oh, that one
tweet. It's like we can't hijack planes anymore. Like we can't protest peacefully, and they just like slips in. We can't hijack planes.
And then it was so funny because somebody quote tweeted that and said before 9/11 there were 9 non-violent hijackings.
Yeah.
9/11 was an outlier.
I remember that.
These people are totally fucked in the head. And it's like what Chaya was saying. This all starts with the education system that needs to be fucking purged. It needs to be purged. It needs to be burned to the fucking ground. And these people need to be thrown in fucking prison.
Mohammed Al-Kurd tweets out, "You can't protest peacefully. You can't boycott. You can't hunger strike. You can't hijack planes. You can't block traffic. You can't throw Molotovs. You can't self-immolate." That's what Aaron Bushnell did. You can't heckle politicians. You can't march. You can't riot. You can't dissent. You just can't be. 16.9 million views on that.
It's ridiculous.
And then this is from Rose Dark saying, reminded that plane hijackings used to be perfectly normal and were mostly nonviolent. 9/11 was an outlier and the first of its kind. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you saying that we invented the violent hijackings?
How dare you, sir?
Terrible.
This is Islamophobia in the highest order. And it's so funny because when they were talking about like not there were retweets of scholars quote tweeting and stuff calling it Islamophobic to demonize suicides the way that they were performing suicides. Because the thing people have to understand is that in radical Islam and apparently in leftist ideology, they don't give a fuck about life. They literally do not
they don't
care about life. They rather you go die for a cause than actually live and
the only time they care,
the
only time they care about life is when it advances their own political agenda. And in most cases they don't, because that also advances their political agenda.
The only time they care about life is when they lie to you about gender ideology and that your kid will kill themselves.
That's true.
If they don't get their gender affirmed.
That
and it's so
like,
funny. You're
that
not
like
seeing
social program, social programs.
Yes.
Like social safety net.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're not giving a family of 6 or whatever the fuck $7,000 in food stamps that they can take as cash and go and spend on drugs, you're literally killing them. You're literally murdering them. The ones that can just sit on their fucking ass and go into different fucking places and just take cash from their food stamps. Do you guys know that's what's happening? They just take food stamps. They take food stamps. They go into the ATM. They take out cash and they go spend it on whatever they want.
The only
or they go into gas stations and do it. And honestly, like that needs to stop.
Or like and this is funny. This is like the only time where like liberals or leftists are like very hardcore, like pro life with pregnancy, is like when a woman has like 6 kids from like 4 different baby daddies simply to just get more welfare checks.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're welfare babies and all that kind of stuff.
So,
I mean, it's amazing the type of shit that our taxpayers
taxpayer money goes to. Yeah.
And one thing that I think people really should watch is that there is a documentary coming out very soon.
What's that?
Or it's a special.
The Dynasty?
No, Dr. Phil is doing a special about the border.
About the New England Patriots.
About the border that everybody should go and watch. But actually, I'm really I'm surprised we haven't started watching that yet.
The one about the Dr. Phil?
No, Dynasty.
Oh, because I'm waiting for the whole thing to come out.
Oh, you
because it's like week to week.
You want to just like stream the whole thing all at once?
Because you move your desk, your thing is
it's okay.
You okay?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm still here.
By the way,
I'm still here.
Chaya is no longer here.
Oh yeah, we promised her. We
promised her.
We
said that she specifically asked me, will you promise not to take your shirts off? I said we would never take our shirts off in the presence of a lady.
Right.
We would only do it in front of the Habibis.
Exactly.
So that's exactly what we're doing.
So this is what's happening.
Yeah.
One thing I do regret though is we forgot to mention Jarvis to Chaya.
Oh no, that's
and
okay.
Also, honestly, like we didn't.
Jarvis,
to be honest, no. With it, I felt bad because Jarvis has like 6 kids that he's adopted for welfare checks, and I didn't want to break that loving family.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so honestly, I did a favor to the kids.
Smart.
Very.
Jarvis, you send them a thank you card.
I did. Yes, please. I saved your family, Jarvis.
He did it.
And honestly, he uses his kids to pick cotton. He didn't want me to say that, but I had to. I had to put it out before the end of Black History. It had to come out.
By the way,
it had to come out.
It is arguably the most racist thing that they gave Black History. They made February Black History Month, the shortest month of the year.
Is it because this is when Martin Luther King was assassinated? It was in February?
No, he was assassinated in April.
Who gives a fuck?
You racist?
Who cares?
Actually, I think he was born in February. No, he's born in January. Why did they make that Black History Month?
Because I was born in January.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's not fair to me.
That's not fair to Mujahed history.
Well, it's actually not fair to fucking Black people because, hello, in comparison, what Black greats are there? Martin Luther King? Kobe?
Well,
LeBron James?
I was specifically told that all those people stormed the Capitol on January 6th in honor of your birthday, which falls on January 6th.
Right. Terrorism happens in January 6th.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
And we're going to see that happen again, again next January. So let's see what happens. Inshallah, ya Rab.
So the only reason I'm putting my shirt back on is because, Jay, we still got some shit to talk about.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Lake and Riley. It's like, let me get this shirt back on. Oh, only doing the hat. Okay.
Who's Lake and Riley?
The University of Georgia student who's killed by an illegal immigrant.
The nurse, the 22-year-old nurse.
Yeah.
Yes. A sad thing, honestly, and it just highlights how dangerous it is for women to go running to go running by themselves.
100%.
Listen, women,
don't run.
Women, you need a bodyguard. I'm your man. Just give me a call.
Yeah,
I will run with you.
Jay specifically will. I will run behind you. He will not take his eyes off of you.
Not once.
Specifically below the waist.
And also, any woman who qualifies has to be 105 to 95 pounds. They need to
what
do
measurements,
their squat.
Jay? What measurements do they?
They need to do their squats every single day. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll help you guys out.
Yeah.
Give me a call.
Yeah.
And they need to be Asian, Latino, and white. And like Blasian.
Racist.
And black.
Okay, fine. You got all the bases covered, but never
and
Arab.
Damien's mom.
But never Arab.
Honestly, Arabs, they're a different kind of breed altogether. Persians are fun, but not the Muslim Persians.
Arabs are insane.
The slutty Persians.
Slutty Persians.
Yes. Arabs are the same. Like, you don't want Muslim Arabs. No.
Well, there you have it. Dating advice from Jay.
I should start a segment with
you really should. Yeah.
Dating advice with Jay.
By the way, speaking of the fuck, marry, kill that we posited to Chaya.
Oh yeah, Ben Shapiro.
What?
Marry Ben Shapiro.
He
fuck Tucker Carlson. Kill George Washington.
Can't kill George Washington. He's dead.
Exactly. That's why I'm not going to fuck a dead body.
You want to fuck George Washington?
Not with his fucking slave and buck horse teeth.
What? You don't like teeth? Get the fuck out of my face.
You do the way you do it is very like artistic. Yeah. You know exactly how to get it right in between your teeth.
Mine will basically be flossing his.
Yes.
Exactly. I just want to help. I just want to help a founding father out. Anyways,
no, it's a very, very sad thing what happened with
Lake and Riley.
Lake and Riley. And
so
it's
a Venezuelan illegal immigrant.
Illegal alien.
Bashed her skull in because he freaked out because he was trying to rape her?
That's exactly what happened. Like they're saying, like they're trying to say it like he should have just let her, like she should have just let him, get away with it and do it. And it's not and not try to resist. And I'm really surprised we haven't seen the flip on trying to make it out that this guy was the actual victim and not the student who was killed.
So
illegal immigration is going rampant. And then we had Washington Post, which is fucking hilarious. They came out with a fact check saying like, here's the deal.
Is this going Kirchner?
Yeah. Okay. Immigration doesn't raise crime. And I was like, you cum-faced piece of fucking shit. Every immigrant that comes into the country illegally and becomes an illegal alien is a criminal. 100% of illegal aliens are criminals under law.
100%.
Every one of them. So we had a rise in crime to the tune of 13 plus million illegal aliens crossing the border.
Yeah, I think we can't stress enough the fact that the specific issue of even crossing the border is a rise of crime, and the fact that they're calling it not crime, they're trying to normalize it. Yes, that's their fucking agenda. That is what they're trying to do, and it's really funny because we were shared. They use the term things like undocumented immigrant, and you corrected me. I said illegal immigrant. You said illegal alien, which is actually the proper terminology used within the U.S. code.
Yes, and it needs to be used
Illegal
more. It's a
alien.
legal alien. Like
Yeah.
if you are talking to a journalist, or if I'm just saying this as a what's it called, advice. I don't know if any of you guys would actually ever end up talking to journalists about this type of stuff.
Well,
But
but
if
you
you
probably
are,
shouldn't.
never accept their premise, and especially when their premises are fucking lies. So when they say illegal immigrant, you correct them and you make sure you're on record correcting them, and you document it, and you document every email, you document fucking phone calls, you record, you make sure it is all on film and recorded and documented, because they fucking lie. They lie on purpose. None of these people are objective. Every one of them are biased as fuck. You heard it with Chaya. When Taylor Lorenz sits down there with a mask, you already know she's biased and she's not going to be there with truth. When she says Miami is going to be underwater, you already know she's biased and she's not going to be telling the truth.
Basically,
these are 95% of all journalists are like Taylor Lorenz. 95% of them, and you cannot say anything different.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, Chaya, I think she would never. Well, when we had her on, she describes herself. She defines herself as an independent journalist, but she doesn't define herself in the way that she is like an objective journalist. Like I think she fully admits she has biases.
Yeah,
she's open and honest about them.
No, and
that's the thing. And when people are open and honest about them, that gives people at least a better understanding of where that person is coming from, so they don't get their wires crossed. They can exactly know how that person is going to be editorializing or covering a particular story or characterizing things. I prefer if we just did away with this shroud of it's a ruse just to say that there's some level of objectivity. There is zero objectivity. No one can be fully objective.
No.
People have inherent biases.
Right. I mean, did you see that? I mean, the one thing that really fucking shocked me was the NBC legal analyst that was on a panel and saying
Fanny?
Fanny. She was talking about the Constitution and how not the Constitution, sorry, but how people who believe that your rights are given to you endowed to you by your creator are Christian nationalists.
Oh yeah.
And this is a Christian nationalist belief. Right. And if you believe that, you are a racist Christian nationalist to think that that your rights are given
to you by God.
By God. These people are anti-American.
They should talk to
these
Jews,
people are
and
traitors.
They should talk to Muslims about that.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if I would talk to many Muslims, and
not in Dearborn, at least. Fucking Al Qaeda Central.
Which, by the way, I don't know if we ever talked about that.
Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah, no. Specifically, did you do it? You talked about
on it. I touched on it by myself, but I said we were going to go a little bit more in depth here because we had one of our resident terrorists too. When did you stop going to the mosque?
I'd say actually, I don't remember. I'd say it was in the last 5 years.
Last 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't go to the mosque. Is that every time I go to the mosque, there's always like for Jummah prayer, which is like the Friday.
Jummah prayer.
Jummah. Fuck you, Jay.
It's like the opposite. Like what I'm speaking English.
Yeah. I used to go every Friday to Jummah prayer, and there would always be a sermon. But I've noticed in the last decade that they've over politicized their sermons, these imams, or at least the clerics who are giving the khutbah, the sermon.
Khutbah.
Jesus Christ. Khutbah.
I know. It's fucking annoying, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Bitch. Anyways.
Right.
I stopped going because, well, for one, I got busy, but two, I just didn't want my faith to be politicized.
Right. And it's going to be very hard to not have that happen, especially in religions as big as Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. And I'm right there with you when it came to a lot of that, and it was like a billion times worse in the UAE and Lebanon.
I'm sure. I mean, at least in Pakistan,
insane.
when I was there, the entire sermon was in Urdu, so it's not like I could understand it.
Right, but it was probably saying very similar things.
Yeah, like death to Yahud. Then
yeah, death to the Yahud, and then also to the West.
Yeah,
and how we're against America and all that kind of stuff. And
which is funny because I'm sitting there, I'm like the whitest person in that mosque. Like visibly, like, and this is when I was a kid too, so there was no facial hair to cover it up.
What's hilarious is that, well, I don't know about.
And I'm wearing Western clothes.
I don't know about one of your siblings, but most of them look like from your dad, so they look Pakistani.
They all do, except for me.
Except for you, yeah. You're the only one who doesn't.
Out of 4, I am the whitest looking one. I look exactly like my maternal grandfather.
I wonder what your mom was doing while your dad was out of the country.
Wait, he wasn't out of the country during that time that I know of. Hey, I was in his balls. I would have known if we were overseas. Oh man. Okay, so God, we really went off the deep end here. I will say this though, despite the fact that I don't go to mosques, it's not like I don't identify as Muslim. Like I am very Muslim.
Yeah, no, you are.
Like it's very much a part of my life.
Right.
It's just like I don't do everything that other people do.
Right. Yeah, and like what you were telling me too, sometimes you like to do or have the different sayings that are in Islam, like like you're not going to have it now, but something better is coming for you. So you just need to have patience.
Right.
Like God has a better plan for you and stuff like that. And I think there is some there's some comfort in that, no matter what religion you're in.
Right.
A lot of people have that to fall back on. And I think, like you said, like Islam and religion and stuff have been highly politicized. And Islam in particular has been highly politicized against the West.
It has been.
And when that Dearborn, Michigan thing
becoming the jihad. Well, what was the specific framing? It was a Wall Street Journal article.
Yes, here, let me get the
I know this kind of going off the deep end here, but we're this is just how we do this.
It says, welcome to Dearborn, Michigan, America's jihad capital. And honestly, it's kind of like London. And what's really funny about this, so they go in depth about imams there and about how they have anti-Israel, anti-West rhetoric, especially during the Friday prayers and everything that goes into it. And what was hilarious is that once this came out, you had the mayor of Dearborn quote tweet it with little snippets on like fairs and restaurant life and how it's very inclusive and all that kind of stuff. And then like 3 days later, you see him talking about how he's going to go to Washington and expose the Zionists, and he's going to go to Washington and expose the people who take Zionist money, and he's going to drive them out, and Zionists are the problem, and we need to get rid of Israel. Like all of this type of fucking rhetoric that he's saying that completely justifies and proves this opinion piece right. Like it fucking blows my mind that you can see that kind of stuff happening.
Rashida Tlaib is from Dearborn.
Rashida Tlaib
she represents Dearborn.
She's in Dearborn. Yeah. Yes, she is a jihadi, Hamas-loving terrorist piece of shit, and she also had like a person who with direct ties to Hamas in her victory and with her victory speech. And when she won, she took a post-it note and put Palestine over Israel.
So here's what she
chanted from the river to the sea.
Yeah. Specifically, and I think her video when she's basically calling out Biden, one of the chances from the river to the sea. Jay, I've seen like the most like this is the shit that really bothers me. Like when people find out that you're not on their side, like people who like were friends, like even if you don't agree with them, they treat you like you're dead to them.
When it comes to politics and stuff.
No, specifically about Israel-Palestine.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing. Like I don't talk about it really with
like I've had friends completely just like
with my brother and with my father, I don't talk about this issue at all. I don't talk about Israel and Palestine with them.
And I don't talk about it with my family either.
I don't talk about because the thing is like they don't they don't accept anything that happened on October 7th. They don't accept any of it. They say that the only thing that happened was they only targeted IDF's,
military and
but
targets.
But every single death that's happening in Palestine are 100% civilians, and and 100% of them are women and children.
Right, and they also changed the definition of what a specifically after 10/7, they used they justify a lot of Hamas sympathizers and supporters, and just people who just straight up hate Jews, used the definition of innocent civilian and took it away from basically every civilian within Israel, saying that they're complicit in the genocide and oppression of Palestinians. And the fact that there's been so much rhetoric around this idea of this genocide happening in Gaza, first of all, it's not a fucking genocide. And if you even say that it's not a genocide, people will react in such visceral, intense ways that you just wish you never said anything in the first place. But it's almost like it's by design, Jay. It's like they specifically do that because if you don't agree that it is a genocide, then somehow you are akin to Hitler. Like they're basically already likening Israel to Nazis and saying that they're waging a genocide. And I feel like these people just don't understand the meaning of words anymore. And they just want to grab whatever's out there that will help them. So I don't know what it is. I don't even know how to approach these people anymore because
it's very hard.
It's like consumed their lives to the point where like this is almost like resistance level Trump, anti-Trumpism.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like,
they're absolutely
into it.
Deranged by it,
and they put in lies that they don't go there. But
like that goes back to our Aaron Bushnell. Like this guy, he lit himself on fire for something that that's for a conflict that's happening halfway around the world. I think actually, Sports and Nonsense, Samantha pointed this out. He got a fraction of the story, probably mostly through propaganda, and he doesn't even. He may have been assigned to the. I think he was part of OSINT, or he was part of like the intelligence services within the Air Force.
Right, and I had Suleiman up, like another Suleiman, talking about how the reason why he killed himself is because he saw classified documents and stuff. Like it's so stupid.
This whole idea, people who are very passionate about this issue just don't go out and kill themselves in unless they're killing Jews,
right,
and Israelis. They don't go out there and kill themselves like Aaron Bushnell did. And I think people need to actually like take a step back and deal with the reality of this person. When anytime someone kills themselves, there's always questions about their mental health.
Right.
How come that has just gone completely by the wayside with Aaron Bushnell? They don't,
it's freedom fighting. It's for justice and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like this, Siraj.
Yeah.
Would you rather shit through your dick, or every time you meet somebody for the first time that day, every day, you come from your mouth?
Okay. On the first point, if I'm shitting through my dick, is it the same size as when it comes out of my ass?
Yeah, you're shitting through your dick.
Oh god.
It's shit. And the amount of times you take a shit is insane.
I'm going for coming out of my mouth and I'm wearing a mask. Maybe that's what Taylor Lorenz is doing.
That's totally fine.
Maybe that's what Taylor Lorenz is doing.
He's going to making the sounds too. So
maybe Taylor Lorenz, that's her curse. Maybe that's why she's always wearing a mask.
That's probably what it is. Always come, and that's maybe why she sounds like the way, like her high pitch all the fucking time.
Maybe that's
what it is. She's just
because when she met Chaya for the first time, she had to wear a mask because she knew it's just like,
this is what's going to happen.
Semen all over the place. Anyways,
well, I do have some videos to share because we're getting up on the
69 minutes. Yeah, we're trying to keep it tight here. Look at that. Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Deep dark X-rated story. You got something for us?
I many girls.
You what?
I many girls. 25 girlfriends and I them doggy style.
What do you like about that?
The titties. Yeah, man. Oh, titties. You have the hot titties, the normal titties, and then the winter titties. We like summer and the spring titties.
Appreciate it, man.
Where did we get this? This is exactly how you propose to your wife. This is absolutely fucking.
That's actually how I did it.
That is hilarious.
Specifically in the accent. The titties, sir.
The titties.
The winter. So messed up. It's been a very long time since I've seen that one. That's beautiful.
It's a perfect one. But this reminds me of this French prankster. Hold on, I want to get his name right because it is. Oh yeah, Remini Gilliard. He has done some of the most hilarious pranks you've ever seen in your life. He would go in a Mario suit and have 3 other people in Mario Brother costumes get in go-karts and go through like a Publix and start going and picking up the bananas and throwing them at each other and shit. And there's one that he did that absolutely fucking floored me.
Which what?
He went to some volleyball club that were having a national volleyball game, wore the uniform, got up and over the thing and everything, and just like pretending he was a part of it. And the guy is short. He's very short and he's fat. It
was like a girls' volleyball game?
No, it wasn't girls. It was dudes. But he was the shortest guy there by like 3 feet or something. Like it's.
So people thought he was like the setter.
No, they knew he wasn't there. But he started playing like 1 or 2 serves that he had to run out. But he was like shaking hands with officials, the coach. He went up to the coach to listen to the coach what the coach had to say and stuff. He's like, "I'm ready," and wanted to go in. And another one. It's so good. So it's showing all of these cars backed up in a one car lane that's going down like a mountain in France.
And he's leading the pack, isn't he?
It's showing a huge traffic, like so many. And you go up to where he is, and he's wearing a snail costume and just on the floor. Absolute fucking legend. You have to go watch.
There's a really funny show back in the like 20 years ago called Trigger Happy TV. Did you ever watch that? It was on Comedy Central for a little bit.
Trigger Happy TV.
Yeah, it was a British like prank show, and there was no structure to it other than like someone going around fucking with people, and he'd go around. Oh, let's see what we got here.
So this is 15 years of his pranks.
Oh my god.
Faut des gasoil dans la bagnole, la carte bleue dans la chatte, faut de la dinde pour Noël, faut bronzer pendant les vacances, faut des forfaits pour oublier la solitude, faut des gonzesses à la télé, ouais, faut des pilules pour bander, faut du gazon dans les tabacs, il faudrait arrêter de fumer, la salle de sport sur des machines, faut s'essouffler, faut s'entraîner, faut marcher dans les clous, faut pas boire au volant, faut dépenser les petits sous, faut du réseau pour les enfants, faut ressembler à des guignols, faut que tu passes à la télé, pour rentrer dans les farandoles de ceux qui ont le blé. Je me balade dans les grandes surfaces, je sais pas assez, mais faut payer. Je progresse des accessoires et des conneries illimitées. Les gens parlent mal, les gens sont cons, au moins tout aussi cons que moi. À se faire mettre, à se faire baiser, sur à se faire enfanter. Des bébés par des hologrammes, des mots d'amour par satellite. Mais ces connards, ils savent pas lire, ils savent même pas se nourrir. Des OGM dans les biberons, ouais, c'est tant mieux, ça fera moins de cons. Anti-craqueront, mutation des grippes porcines sur des cochons. Oh non, l'homme descend pas du singe, il descend plutôt du mouton. Oh non, l'homme descend pas du singe, il descend plutôt du mouton. Faut marcher dans les clous, faut pas boire au volant. Faut dépenser ses petits sous, faut du réseau pour tes enfants. Faut ressembler à des guignols, faut passer à la télé. Faut rentrer dans les farandoles de ceux qui font le blé. Paraît qu'il faut virer des profs, et puis les travailleurs sociaux, les fonctionnaires qui servent à rien, les infirmières à 1000 euros. Faut que ça rapporte aux actionnaires la santé et les hôpitaux. Va te faire soigner en Angleterre, va voir la gueule de leur métro. Faut qu'on s'y fasse une raison, on a loupé nos transactions. C'est laisser prendre le cul par nos besoins, nos religions. Il faut foutre le portable au chat et des coups de pédale dans la télé. Faut mettre les menottes à chaque présentateur du JT. Jackies.
It's so good. So good. You should see it with like the original
reminds me of that Japanese reality
so
TV show
good.
you're watching.
I gotta watch the rest of that
That's
one
so good.
too.
So anyways, Habibis, that'll do it for us tonight. I want to thank Chaya Raichik,
Yes.
of Libs of TikTok, for joining us tonight.
Make sure you what's it called, splice this one as the video of us thanking her.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's for the Habibi Bros. I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jack Kobe.
We'll see you next time on the BB Power Hour. We'll be back on Tuesday, inshallah. Say for Women's History Month.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, Habibis. Peace it, mess it up.